The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners' Reports is a headline news podcast provided in part by the Calvert County Communications and Media Relations Division. Commissioners' Reports provides highlights from the Calvert County Board of County Commissioners, county government departments, and key government agencies. Commissioners' Reports covers regional happenings affecting Calvert County citizens, upcoming community events, and news. Hello and welcome to Commissioners' Reports. I'm your host, Kevin G. Schmidt. In this week's Calvert County Board of Commissioners meeting, proclamations. Juneteenth, Family Community Day. Juneteenth, also known as Emancipation Day, celebrates the end of slavery in the United States. Although the Emancipation Proclamation legally freed slaves throughout the United States in 1863, 2.5 years later, on June 19, 1865, Union soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas, and enforced the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing those that remained enslaved by slave masters who withheld information regarding their freedom. The BOCC conveys appreciation and gratitude to the Calvert County branch of the NAACP and invite everyone to join in celebration at the Juneteenth Family Community Day on June 18, 2022 at Jefferson Patterson Park and Museum. The BOCC further congratulates American Legion Gray Ray Post 220 as they celebrate their 75th anniversary. Appointments. Kelly Covillion was appointed to the Calvert County Commission for Women. 4 vacancies remain. Dana Jones and Terry Wolfley were reappointed to the Economic Development Authority. Virginia Bassett, Laura Kent, and Janet Meador were reappointed to the Calvert County Wellness Committee. In old business, Department of Public Works Special Tax District Petition. The Highlands Homeowners Association, Inc., HHOA, has petitioned the BOCC to create a special tax district related to assistance with community wastewater management. This requires a one-time levy of $1,342 per improved lot. The Department of Public Works, along with the Board of County Commissioners, held a public hearing to solicit public input regarding this request on June 7, 2022. At the conclusion of the public hearing, a motion was approved to hold the record open until the close of business June 13, 2022. After discussion, the BOCC approved a motion to appropriate $313,873 and a 10% contingency from unallocated first-round ARPA funds toward the design and engineering phase of the HHOA Community Wastewater Management. Public hearing. Department of Public Works, Barstow Salt Barn. DPW requested funding assistance for the construction of the Barstow Salt Barn through the State Highway Administration. DPW was awarded up to $600,000 to offset the building cost. Staff recommended and the BOCC approved a budget adjustment. Department of Public Works, Transfer Station Contract Extension. On February 21, 1997, Calvert County signed a 20-year contract with Garnett of Maryland, Inc. for hauling and disposal of municipal solid waste from the Appeal Transfer Station. The contract was extended for 5 years, expiring on February 22, 2022. The fiscal impact of proceeding with this contract extension included increased revenue in the amount of $329,722 to the landfill tipping fee account and increased expenses in the amount of $100,101 to the compactor service agreement and $436,943 to the commercial service agreement. An additional $207,322 from fund balance is required to balance the revenue and expense accounts. After public comment, the BOCC closed the record and directed staff to return in 10 days and request the BOCC's approval of this budget adjustment. Department of Human Resources. Public hearing. Amendments to Work Rules of Chapter 86 Personnel, Calvert County Code. A public hearing was held June 14, 2022, to amend the work rules of Chapter 86 Personnel, Calvert County Code, pertaining to incidences arising from the driving or operation of a vehicle, vessel, or heavy equipment by employees, appointees, and persons, and reporting to work under the influence of alcohol, intoxicant, or illegally use drugs or possess, sell, transfer, or purchase same on county premises or work sites while on duty. After no public comment, the BOCC approved a motion to close the record and asked staff to bring the ordinance back to the BOCC for action after the required 10-day waiting period. Office of the County Attorney. Budget adjustment, impaired driver and operator prevention measures. A public hearing was held on the proposal to amend provisions pertaining to incidences arising from the driving or operation of a vehicle, vessel, or heavy equipment by county employees, appointees, and persons subject to the work rules of Chapter 86 of the County Code. The proposal that is the subject of the public hearing proposed to require that other agencies that receive county taxpayer funds for vehicles, vessels, or equipment to adopt conforming standards and policies by December 31, 2022. After public comment, the BOCC approved a motion to leave the record open on a proposal to amend Chapter 86 of the County Code and directed staff to return June 28, 2022 to request a decision or further direction. In new business, Department of Parks and Recreation, FY 2023 Program Open Space Annual Program. Calvert County is required to submit a Program Open Space POS annual program to the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and the Maryland Department of Planning each year before July 1st in order to remain eligible for open space funding. Projects that will be requesting funding in FY 2023 include Land Preservation Parks and Recreation Plan Development, $25,000. Cove Point Park, $150,000. Harriet E. Brown Community Center, $400,000. Dunkirk District Park, $416,906. Chesapeake Hills Golf Course, $400,000. And Kings Landing Park, $41,250. Staff recommended and the BOCC approved the FY 2023 Program Open Space Annual Program and project descriptions and authorized submittal to the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and the Maryland Department of Planning. Department of Community Resources. Tile Mosaic at the Calvert Library, Prince Frederick. Local artist Perrin Collery has applied for a $20,000 grant from the Maryland Arts Council, which will be supplemented by a $5,000 donation from the Friends of Calvert Library to install a semi-permanent tile mosaic on the curved brick wall on the front of the Calvert Library, Prince Frederick. Since the Calvert Library, Prince Frederick building is county-owned, the executive director and the board of trustees was seeking commissioner approval of the tile mosaic on the exterior of the building. After discussion, the BOCC approved the public art proposal to enliven the entrance of the Calvert Library, Prince Frederick branch. Department of Community Resources, FY 2022, on behalf of Bonds OBO program. The Internal Revenue Code limits the amount of private activity bonds that may be issued in each state. Annually, the Department of Commerce issues the Private Activity Bond Initial Allocation, wherein it allocates the Maryland state ceiling among counties. In FY 22, there were 53 housing loans to Calvert residences under the MD Mortgage Program, totaling $17,599,839. To participate in the OBO program, a local government must transfer its allocation to the DHCD on or before June 30th, 2022. Staff recommended and the BOCC signed the attachment and letter for receipt by the Maryland Department of Commerce. Work session. Department of Parks and Recreation. Land Preservation Parks and Recreation Plan. Calvert County is required to submit a Land Preservation Parks and Recreation Plan to the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and the Maryland Department of Planning every 5 years before July 1st in order to remain eligible for open space funding, as required by the Natural Resources Article of the Annotated Code of Maryland. A draft was provided to the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and the Maryland Department of Planning February 14, 2022, and agency comments were returned April 6, 2022. Staff worked with the consultant Barry Dunn to address the comments and make changes to the draft as necessary. The consultant provided a presentation of the plan findings and recommendations. The top 3 stakeholder priorities included adding turf fields, adding a multi-purpose indoor complex, and upgrading amenities at the current parks and facilities to enhance the user experience. After the presentation, staff recommended and the BOCC directed staff to schedule a joint public hearing with the Planning Commission to solicit public input and, if approved, adopt the 2022 Land Preservation Parks and Recreation Plan. Ceremony. Annual Flag Day Ceremony. The BOCC and citizens participated in the annual Flag Day ceremony, hosted by the Calvert County Elks Lodge 2620. The ceremony commemorates the adoption of the United States flag by the Second Continental Congress on June 14, 1777, more than 240 years ago. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of County Commissioners will be held June 28, 2022 at 10 a.m. In other Calvert County local news, Police Accountability Board update. Calvert County Police Accountability Board, PAB, applications are currently being evaluated by the BOCC. A citizen review committee made recommendations to the BOCC for consideration in making appointments to the first Calvert County Police Accountability Board. The BOCC is expected to vote on PAB membership during a regular open session meeting in late June. To assist with identifying individuals that will best represent the citizens of Calvert County, a 4-member citizen review committee was formed, comprised of 1 representative each from the Calvert County Fraternal Order of the Police, Calvert County NAACP, Calvert County Republican Central Committee, and Calvert County Democratic Central Committee. Visit www.calvertcountymd.gov/PAB to read the final resolution and for more information about the implementation process to date. That concludes our broadcast. The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners Reports is a headline news podcast. Stay current with other news in Calvert County by following and liking the Calvert County government's Facebook page at facebook.com/Calvert County MD, on Instagram at Calvert Broadcast, on YouTube, youtube.com/Calvert County Gov, and our official website, www.calvertcountymd.gov. Thank you.